Hey everyone, so I'm back again with another video. This time around I have some more current and last gen video game pickups to share with you guys. I have one brand new game here, and a couple of other games that have come out pretty recently. Um, First, I'd just like to say that I already filmed this video once. I didn't quite like how it turned out, and then I ended up getting, well, a brand new game immediately after I filmed this video, just because I almost entirely forgot that I had this game even pre-ordered. Um, not so much I forgot that I had it pre-ordered. I forgot when the pre-order was for. Just I've kind of lost track of what day is what really. Um, but yeah, there was just many reasons to why I wanted to sort of reshoot this. So I thought I might as well just go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna try to get through this as simply as I can. First up, I have two DS games here that I got at the thrift store just down the street from me. The first one is nothing too special, but for $4, I thought it was a decent enough price. This is going right into my collection. It's Rayman DS. I do like the Rayman games, and when I saw this, I thought, you know what, sure. They had a whole bunch of DS games. Usually, the stuff that they get there isn't that good, and it's typically just sort of shovelware, brain age kind of garbage there. Uh, but they had these two games there, and they also had two silver and platinum DS lights, but they had them priced at $35 each, and I thought that was kind of steep, so I didn't even bother with those. But yeah, so for $4 each, I got the Rayman DS. And the other game that I actually got this to trade off. Now I know I can get about $30 in credit at a couple of different stores for this game. So I thought, you know what, $4 to get $30 of credit out of it is a decent enough deal. It's Pokemon Soul Silver. I already have this game complete. I got it the day it came out. So this was pretty much just. I mean, sue me. Sometimes I find deals that are too good to pass up, and I just put it towards another game. Next up, I got all these games from EB over the last few days. Um, a couple of them, actually no, most of them are going to go just straight into my collection, but the first one I'm going to show you guys here uh, is actually a game that I'm also just going to go ahead and trade. It's another copy of Pikmin 2, the Nintendo Selects version of it for the Wii. I do have this game already. I got it when it was first released for $20. The Nintendo Selects titles were just like greatest hits for PS2 and what is it, platinum hits for Xbox. They were just sort of reprints of games for $20, usually bestsellers, stuff like that. Uh, and then afterwards, I found out that this, along with a couple other ones, were starting to sell for even more, which I found just a little bit ridiculous. But yeah, apparently this goes for about like $30 to $40. So when I saw it for $12 sitting at that EB, I was like, I'm definitely grabbing that. Now, before I move on to the games I'm going to, well, keep for my collection, including one brand new game, I want to show you guys this here. Currently at EB Games, well, currently while I'm filming this video at EB Games, they're doing a Pokemon distribution event for the 20th anniversary of Pokemon. Uh, what they are distributing right now is the mythical Pokemon Mew. It's a special version of Mew that's level 100. It has the ability Synchronize, and it comes with the move Pound. Sorry if it's glaring or kind of hard to see. You can use this code on Pokemon X, Y, Omega Ruby, or Alpha Sapphire. Um, and yeah, you just sort of scratch it off on the back there, and you can see all the instructions on what to do there. If I remember correctly, though, Mew can learn all moves, so I don't know why it specifies that like it has Pound. Like I'm almost sure you can teach it any move, but I might be wrong about that. I really haven't uh, played with a Mew in my party for a while. Let me just get these out of the way. So yeah, moving on to the games I'm going to be keeping in my collection. One is a Wii game, two are Wii U games, and one is a PS4 game. The first game here, I was really happy to see it. It actually had just been traded in. It wasn't even stickered yet. Like the price sticker was about to be put on it. It was just sitting behind the counter, and just immediately I looked over at the pile. I saw this. It was $13, and I thought to myself, "This is my chance to get it. I am not going to get it for a better deal. I better just get it right now." It's a copy of Punch Out for the Wii. There is a Nintendo Select version of this as well. I do not think that there's any difference between the two of them, but I might be wrong about that. Not entirely certain. It's just a game that I had been looking for a while, and it seems that every time that I came in contact with this game, it was either overpriced or stolen. In fact, this one used game store that I just very, very rarely go to. I think I've only been there maybe like a handful of times. Um, they had like either misplaced the disc or somebody had rented it and never returned it because they do rents there as well. Um, and when the girl at the counter told me that it had the manual and the disc was in great condition as well, and I looked at it and it's pretty much spotless. I thought $13, 100% getting this now, no matter what. Now, the next two games were actually recently reduced. They are games that I suppose people really aren't going crazy for them. Uh, Definitely not games that people have to sort of rush to go and buy. The first one here is actually a pretty cheap title. It was reduced from $24.99 to only $14.99, and it's also available on the what else was it on? PS4. It's also on PS4, and I think it's $19.99 right now. It's The Legend of Kay Anniversary. This here is I'm gonna say an HD remake or just like a port of the PS2 game. There was also one released on the DS, but I'm not entirely certain if the DS game is different from the PS2 game. I just know definitely it was on the PS2 and then at some point also on the DS. Um, I thought definitely, since it seems like they were clearing it out and it was getting hard to find this, at least in downtown Toronto, I thought I might as well go ahead and pick up a copy if it was only going to be $15. Now, the next game, I actually have a sort of history with this game. Um, I almost bought the special edition or collector's edition, whatever you want to call it, when it was first announced. But after the conversion rate and the shipping cost, it would have just been an obscene amount. I think it was something like double the retail cost in the US for the game, and that would have just been way too much money. Now, the standard edition was released in North America back in either late November or early December for $80. Sorry, in Canada, that is. It was released for $80, and I thought to myself, definitely, too bad to me. $80 is too much to pay for this game. I'm just not going to bother with it. And then fast forward to about a week and a half ago, and it was reduced to $44.99. And I thought seriously that maybe now I might get it, but I was still having some hesitations. And then when I went on the EB Games website to see what stock levels were like at different locations, and I saw that they had actually removed this game from the EB Games website, I thought definitely I should go ahead grab this now because it seems like EB might be clearing it out. It's Rodea the Sky Soldier for the Wii U. It also comes with for whatever reason, a Wii version of the game. So that's the Wii disc, and that's the Wii U disc. Even has a Wii U and a Wii manual, and even the slip cover. You can kind of see it there through the back of the case there, flips around, and on the other side is just the Wii cover art, but the case is still blue. It's a weird bonus. I have no idea why the hell they decided to do that, include a Wii and a Wii U version of this game. I suppose for those people who have a Wii currently and might upgrade to a Wii U, but it's just kind of a strange thing to include there. But yeah, when I saw it was only $45 now, and it was removed from the EB Games website for whatever reason, I thought maybe I should get around to buying it. Now, the last game that I have here that I want to show you guys is a game that I wasn't necessarily waiting out on this specific title, but I wanted more games in this sort of, I'm not going to call it a series because there are many different types of games in this sort of franchise. How can I put it? I just really, 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 really wanted another game in this franchise. And I think it was about last year, or I honestly can't remember if it was 2014 or 2015, but we got another game, and it was a sequel to a game that I personally was really looking forward to. And when we got it and it launched and I played it and was disappointed by it and then never played it again, I was kind of sad, but at least they had released another game in this franchise, even though it had been years since the last console release. When I saw that this was coming to North America, I just... What can I say, really? I was really happy that this was actually coming to North America. It's Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. Basically another Digimon RPG. Something that we haven't gotten on a console since, I want to say, Digimon World Data Squad, I believe it was, for the PS2, and I think that came out in either 2007 or 2008. A couple of DS Digimon games were released that are pretty much the same gameplay as this here. And in fact, I think this was originally a Vita game and it was ported to the PS4. It's also available on the Vita digitally in North America. But they had just been handheld games for a while, and I was really hoping for another physical release console game. And we finally got this in the form of Cyber Sleuth. Now, this here came with pre-order bonus DLC, and I don't know if I'm just not doing something right, but I entered the code, and the name of the DLC is different from what it said in the description on the website and on many different websites. It was supposed to be some, like, Digimonstrous something pack or whatever that comes with a couple of different Digimon and some costumes, and I think some kind of stim pack or some kind of item. But instead, this here, when I entered the code and downloaded it, it said something like beginning Head Start, something like that, and it really hasn't done anything for me yet. I'm gonna play further into the game, of course, but at this point, I'm just hoping that further along in the game, something sort of shows me where the hell the DLC is, how to access the DLC. But at this point, I want to say this on the second chapter of the game so far, so still really early. I haven't been able to access any of the DLC content so far, so I really can't say what it does. But this game here was $79.99 here in Canada, and that's just really steep for a game. I was only able to really put the money into this because I know that I have both Soul Silver and Pikmin 2 that I can go ahead and trade off or just sell for cash to sort of recuperate the cost, most of the cost of this game here. But it sucks that games are so expensive now here in Canada. I know in other countries around the world they've been expensive forever. They've been expensive for decades. It's nothing to really sneeze at. But here in Canada, the story is just different because up until February of 2014, all the games that were being released in the United States and in Canada were all the same price. And ever since then, I think the first game that there was a noticeable difference on it was that Yaiba Ninja Gaiden game. That one there, I believe, was the first game to be priced above $70 for just the standard release. And games have just been getting more and more expensive over this sort of these last 2 years at this point. Anyways, that's what I got. A couple more games to add to the collection, some brand new games, and a couple of games to trade or sell off. As always, leave comments in the comment section below. Anything you'd like to say, comments, questions, suggestions, ideas, anything at all, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Check out my Facebook, Twitter, and website. They're all linked in the description below, and also linked in the description below is a link to my 500 subscribers contest. Check that out if you'd like, and that's it. See ya.